Hello, internet. Um, also, I guess it's a bit silent, but it's also okay. It's not like the music is the most important part right now. Guess I can just. I'm a professional. But yeah, we're gonna pull, and then I guess I'm gonna read through the uptight stories, and then I will see how I feel about doing a mirror dungeon or something. I really wish there would be some combat stage with the Walpurgis. It would be very nice to have actually some content to try your new IDs on. I'm not gonna pull until Bina. Actually, Monkus, like, so one of the people I stream sometimes Symbols with, you and they all like always bully me for how much lunacy I hoard. This man had like over 1,000 pulls. I'm not the problem here, okay? So I will see if I pull till Bina. We're gonna do probably at least 200 pulls. Bina's the only relevant part of the entire Slopokis. I mean, I do like Yuna. Hey, sir, yes. How are you doing? Did you pull for your Walpurgis yet? Well, the first 10 pull is always warm up. But yeah, hope you have been doing well. Has been a bit. I got Bina 3 times in 200 pulls. You have been winning. That sounds nice. Well, I'm gonna probably distort. And that's just a 2-star. Fucking bait 2-stars. Also, man, do you guys remember when we still got new 2-stars? Those were the days. Okay. This were like 30 pulls at this point. This is where... See... And you don't just need to complain. That's my... I'm not sure if I rather would have first gotten... That's probably good to get the ego out of the way. I guess I do like the ego. I just don't get why really I would want that he's sung to be Tremor. Like, okay, having more statuses for MD is always good. But it's gonna be basically a Tremor ID that just adds potency, nothing else. You know, doesn't even have Tremor bursts. Oop. You know, the one thinking becomes thinking Tremor, I guess, but yeah. That part feels underwhelming. I mean, the Gloom fragility and stuff like that is good, but man. Remember when we got Philip back in Walpurgis 3 2 years ago and it seemed they would actually be cool? Well, we're gonna get all the cool IDs. There's gotta be a distortion Walpurgis for sure. 60 pulls in. I mean, we do have some Luna. I mean, it's not like I'm at the risk of not getting everything. I just would like to keep hoarding my lunacy. So Claire's now actually good. It's kind of the reason why I even would just do a mirror dungeon just to run my man. Okay. I mean, this has to be one of the... I guess it could also be the announcer. But one ID, please? I fucking hate video games. You're not even made up. Go fucking home. Why would they do this to me? Okay. Now we're just eating more 2-stars. Nah. Please. She is thinking Tremor. I mean, thinking Tremor does have a few good IDs. This is not going as great as I hoped. I mean, we have to at least basically pull till I get one of the IDs. I rather would have maybe sparked an announcer, but oh, come on, look at those pulls. This is atrocious. How far are we in? 130. Okay, this is the 10 pull to rule them all. This makes you staggered and depressed. That's what this game is there for. But hey, look at all those shards I kinda don't actually need anymore. Oh. Can I at least get the new stuff? Anything new? You know, that I do not own yet. No? How is it looking? We got, okay, 1 ID in 40 pulls. 1 ID in 40. You absorb the luck like a sponge. I mean, I guess you maybe you needed it more than me. Fuck me. Okay. Yeah, I just got the ego, nothing else. Fuck me, man. Come on, Kim. Come on, Kim. I'm gonna make a bad video about you. Okay. This is where we at least get one of the IDs, man. Okay.
쌍화차인가? 오늘따라 차의 맛과 향이 진해서 좋구만. 이번에도 노른자는 한가운데 잘 띄어놨군 그래?
Ooh. What? I'm curious. I guess I should just go. I do also still miss a few announcers, so it would have been... Oh, okay. This is where I get just Bean and I can shard Faust. Are you fucking shitting me? I'm... Right? This is a fun video game. Well, there will not be a Beaner for me. I will get Beaner next Walpurgis. You know, you remember when Kim said that we will get more Walpurgises when they do not add any stages to them. I'm not gonna keep no. I will get Beaner some other time. I mean, see, I at least do not stop playing the game, so... I'm not gonna use Beaner anyways, let's be honest. I like Beaner, but I'm not gonna listen to her. Right? That was distortioning. This is a verb. This now. Where's... Oop. Burn. Okay, so... I have a new ID for you? Oh, it's the ego, that makes sense. I guess I also should also now shard the other IDs I'm still missing. It was a nice stream. Actually, before you go, how about as a tweet? What if we do Gampa in a different gacha game, just for a second? Can I pull it up? I can probably pull it up for a second. Guess we just go whoop. Beautiful. Okay. See, this is gonna be the good Gamba. Although it's probably there, right? Okay, we want to see Ascalon. We want to see Ascalon. If not, I'm gonna kill myself. I mean, the 6's not guaranteed. Edge it. This is like the best video game. I mean, look at this. Wouldn't you want to own a Frost Leaf? Here, the game might be actually too loud how I cranked it up. Okay, we're only here for this. And Typhoon is alright. It's not Holyok, so I'm glad. I needed a few more snipers. This is the mad day of pulling. Anyways, back to Limbus. Professional. Does it even matter where I fat spin on? Actually, I have so many of this man's secret. I feel like I have so many shots of everyone at this point. Maybe I also just try out the 3 on Ricardo. I just wish, like, I guess I'd pop. I guess I could also just do 1 Ricardo one or something. I just want to try out the IDs at least a little bit. Otherwise, that would have been the reason to maybe do a Memo dungeon. Look at you. Yeah, wait, I still have fucking audio from this going. That's poop.
말을 길게 끌 것 없겠군요. 그레고르 싱클레어. 바로
But look at her butterfly coffin.
시작하죠.
Okay, I hope the uptide stories are at least good for the new IDs. It has been determined that this case merits preservation as a record. The following is the case record pertaining to today's request. Case name 1000 Needles, serial code DN00113, Great Urban Legend. The case has now developed to a point where assigning codes beginning with A to the victims no longer serves any practical purpose. Catastrophic propagation via a series of random chain reactions would be an appropriate description for the nature of this case. As such, it would be both inefficient and impossible to assign individual serial codes to every victim scattered throughout the street. The circumstances surrounding the case align with both the information gathered from rumors and the case report compiled by representative Becker of the Dawn office. Now, briefly recording the state of the case scene. Sections of the building have been liquefied. You know, as one does. Beneath the damaged structure, traces in the form of human remains can be observed. I guess we did never really hear what 1000 Needles was. I think that was about, right? Like the thing we did before they went to the library. Many of the victims' remains are no more than distal extremities of the human body. By contrast, it is rare to find torsos and internal organs that maintain even a moderate resemblance to their original forms. Given this fact, it is reasonable to infer that the prevailing cause of death in this case is something of an explosive nature. Remaining bits and pieces of human flesh also indicate that a said explosion was accompanied by countless shrapnel tearing the bodies inside out. Ross determines that all of these observations indeed point to a single property: omnidirectional fragments of this pitch-black matter from within the body. A presentation identical to that of prior cases. Matter is abnormally dense compared to its mass. Its material strength is also unnaturally high. Merely touching the surface of the well permits the matter to drill through it with negligible resistance. Immediately after making contact, the matter begins to melt in an area several times larger than the point of contact. It is difficult to believe that such a material could have been produced by the human body. It is certain that this matter is identical to the one currently under Faust's investigation as an object of interest, designated as Needles. Yes, that is correct. Symbols of an irregular, atypical pattern, it shows that repeatedly received on-site verification requests are present on the material. Now, cross-referencing this observation against Faust's information. No matching information found. In that case, the minority hypothesis which alleges that the symbol points to a malicious advertisement attempt by a certain upstart workshop may be dismissed as false. Imagine advertising your new weapon of destruction with just nuking a whole nest or something. Now, moving on to the next proposed hypothesis. Yesterday's promise and demonic magic. Has this presently recorded case scene yielded any verifiable fact that substantiates the said hypothesis? Understood. Faust recalls having stored a piece of information regarding the body of a corporate employee found in the back streets, a victim of the so-called gut harvesting. Corpse also bore a much similar symbol. Gut harvesting refers to the criminal act of the backstreet syndicates by which corpses are stripped of anything considered to have monetary value. If the man is dead, at least harvest all his organs. Like, if you already kill him to get his money. I hear from reliable sources that every counter fixes in the power level of destroying the entire world if they far too hard. You know, I might disagree because the world still exists, you know? Those who limited themselves to observing this source information may have been unsuitable participants in this discussion of this particular subject. Magic? It strains the realm of believability. But if such an incomprehensible phenomenon does indeed exist, perhaps this would be one of the ways by which it is manifested. Balloons popping would be the closest approximation. The radius of the damage is far too great for such seemingly weightless impact force. Thus, the entity designated as yesterday's promise to really employ power that may be termed as magic. I mean, I guess you kinda could say that's just the cool distortion powers are magic, right? Perhaps access to some more pieces of information would help Faust thread together the truth of the matter. Yes, of course. Faust is aware that access to any information beyond this point is prohibited. However, it is an established fact that the entity's ability concerns contracts, in which case, working as a fixer should bring Faust closer to an answer. Understood. Then the discussion regarding this record will conclude here. Faust will need to head to the office and submit a report. Sinclair said he had something he wished to say to Faust once this was over. Let's go. Sinclair got this. He will get his GF. However, it appears Faust will not be able to hear it. That seems probable. It seems probable that this will be Faust's final record. Current location, the library, as per the popular denomination. Correct. This is the same place that has recently been reclassified as an urban plague. Faust confirms that writing one's name on the invitation alone is sufficient to transport the invitee to this place. This record is best shared with the other Fausts in advance. Access rights received. Faust cannot help but notice that access is granted to Faust, and it's already too late. What does that mean? No, please disregard that. The Faust just sent her to her death. Concentrating on the battle at hand would be more rational choice. Yes, the opponents seem determined to make Faust the initial target. It's unlikely that Faust will be able to fend off the entirety of the focused offense. They're healing themselves merely by grabbing pebbles in their hands. Let's go, all the Runer stuff mentioned. And Faust hears the incomprehensible ringing of a cry, a song, or perhaps just an echo. The mind feels as though it were shaking and staggering just by hearing the sound. I mean, I guess it's still nice to see how it, looked and felt for the guests. No loan fixer. I mean, loan fixer is at least one of the more interesting passives. Is this an attack launched by utilizing the properties of abnormalities? I guess at least the Faust has already public knowledge about abnormalities. If so, what could this place possibly be? It's kinda... Actually, it's kinda interesting that... So the Gesellschaft keeps under wrap basically what is happening at the library to, like... some fixer Faust and stuff like that, but they would share like the existence of abnormalities at this point. So I find this development disappointing. I should think of this as a fortunate outcome that has availed me the opportunity to leave an account, at the very least. Because even should this Faust fail here, the grand objective of Faust must be preserved at all costs. Faust only has one wish, to know all of the city. Ending record. Well, you learned today about getting booked. Nice. And then it's time for Salvador. I guess I also need to check actually their skills and passives, because they started even writing the more lore on the actual IDs that way, didn't they?
그럼 그렇게나 많은 죽음을 머금고 편하게 마무리 지을 수 있을 거라고 생각했나? 이번엔 정말 각오하는 게 좋을 거다.
Oh yeah, like as long as one of the Dawn members does an SV, the other ones do get an SV, and they also have some ways to do more SVs. I mean, they do look powerful, that is for sure. With every breath I took, the acrid air around me burned my throat. Cries of pain, sorrow, and fear rang out from every direction, and other indescribable horrors overwhelmed my senses as the thick blanket of smoke squeezed the oxygen out of the air. The smoke permeated everything, even in fields of battle packed full with the spray of blood and scattering shrapnel. Flashing blades and bullets whizzing past comrades and enemies, both the miasma found the cracks to suffuse. We used to call it stench the scent of humans. Ah, here comes my daily fix. Let me see it on your table, Master. It's hot. You don't want to burn yourself. Listen, kid. There's really no need to baby me like that. Years have passed since that smoke left its final mark on my memory. Now I'm leading a small fix office where I nurture and train pupils of my own. I wonder what my younger self would think if he saw me as I'm now. Would he ever have imagined this kind of life? I mean, it sounds overall like a kinda good life. Kind of a prosaic, peaceful life where I get to sit in a cool air-conditioned room and sip on a pleasantly warm cup of Shangwa Cha my pupil brewed. There's a point, Sinclair. Perhaps it would be best for you for your career prospects if you redirected the focus of your endeavors onto tasks that more befit the responsibilities of a fixer, rather than that of a tea brewer. Come on, it's still a good fixer should know how to have nice tea to keep up morale high or something. Doing Shangwa Cha can't possibly be so important a task, but you would spend the time every morning to carefully analyze your superior's mood, choose which toppings would suit his plate. Isn't that still a good skill to have though, kind of reading people? Well, still, I think I'm pretty good at it. So, I guess it also depends on what. I guess with the kind of work Dawn Office doesn't really matter too much. If you think about this is just how actually really strong these guys were. At Runa, you handled them with no issues. Just so stupidly strong the librarians are. I mean, I guess we did have some stupid powers thanks to the Abno pages and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we also are supposed to basically getting mirror worlds where, like, you know, the sinners actually had, like, basically better lives or more advantages and something like that, and are more powerful than what the originals were like. And then Lord Library didn't lose once. That is true. They were just gaming. They were so good at deck building. But you have imagined the kind of sedate life where I get to enjoy a hearty chuckle every now and then. Watching the shenanigans unfold as my pupils passive-aggressively throw jabs at one another about what are ultimately frivolities? No, how could he? After all, how could he lose himself daydreaming when even a split second of distraction would mean certain death? Oh yeah, you just got back from the contract, didn't you? The Open Legend class request. Yes, I have completed the request regarding the 1,000 needles. Wow, you're impressive. Solving an Urban Legend class request all on your own? Target posed an increasingly substantial threat as it mounted a more aggressive resistance toward the end. But, I had a question regarding the contract, Herr Quacker. For me, what is it? As the name 1,000 Needles would suggest, it is an anime that just stole from Final Fantasy. It was presented with ample opportunities to collect and examine some black needles at a scene. Bearing those symbols, I presume. Correct. Symbols of a yellow claw, to be precise. Its pattern were analyzed next to symbols used by various workshops that marked the output, but no exact match was identified. Imitating Stigma's product pendings all the rage these days. There's been an uptick in workshops marking their products, leaving the symbols in the aftermath of a battle. Got me worried for a sec. Maybe to become so money-grabbing that they started sponsoring all kinds of maniacs out there. But with this, that's one load off my mind. It would be kind... I mean, in a sense, it shows off how great your weapons are, but wouldn't it be kinda super bad PR? If you are the... if you provided the weapon to kill 1,000 orphans with. Well, it isn't as bad as it used to be. The city is losing what warmth it had by the hour. Proverbial winter starting to set in its denizens lately. I like to think I've seen my fair share of the worst the city had to offer, but day after day, the increasingly bizarre and out there incidents find a way to shake and shock me anew. If there was any warmth at all, its temperature was rapidly dropping to what could be described as nothing else but frigid. Still, the optimist in me says it's not all bad that we as a collective haven't quite reached the line we mustn't cross, and I find solace in that. Then again, you never know. Maybe there are folks out there, people already too far gone, and have crossed the line, and then some, but as long as they didn't make it my business by invading this cozy little place, I've got with my students. I don't think I want to concern myself with those things too much. Yeah, sponsorships? I don't know workshops did that. Did not? Odd. The Quacker is the proverbial poster child of workshop-sponsored fixes. What? Can't blame Sinclair for not knowing. Although you have a habit of harping on about old times. I posit the argument that any sentence that begins with "back in my day" that you're so fond of counts to us the conventional definition of harping on about old times. Come on, let Quacker have his glory days. It is kind of funny that, I mean Salvador was old and everything, Quacker's old, look at him, but he does look so young actually in his ID, doesn't he? In that case, could you tell us a little bit about your past? I know you're a very prestigious fixer, Master, but I never had the opportunity to hear about what exactly you've done to earn that reputation. Yeah, maybe the stories of those days are better shared in a light-hearted conversation. Just something to be mentioned in passing. I mean, I wouldn't mind more smoke for lore. Enough time has passed now anyway. I've been using Stigma workshop weapons throughout my career, from the day I first started working in this business. Now, if you ask whether they were the best workshop weapons among all the ones I've browsed, trying to find a weapon that will keep me company to thick and thin. No, they weren't exactly all that. Then why did you decide to go with a Stigma workshop weapon, Master? It's all I could afford. Well, I could say there was that matter of my thin, hungry wallet. But more importantly, big name workshops out there don't let anybody walk right in just because they come knocking on their doors. Gotta keep your clientele more distinguished, if you know what I mean. In other words, more well-known workshops weren't all that eager to take a commission from some no-name Grade 9 fixer, even if he had the coin for it, which he didn't. Fortunately for me, Stigma Workshop was a relative unknown back in the day, with a more niche audience, which meant that he had no qualms letting a greenhorn like me purchase a decently high-quality weapon. Anyway, while the partnership was coincidental, it ended up being a win-win. I kept racking up successful contracts, and Sigma Workshop reaped the subsequently known and a new swath of customers. Let's go, he was a sponsored fixer, live on all social media, always showing off his Stigma sword. As a token of gratitude, they were generous enough to offer personalized upgrades to my weapon. Ah, so that's why all of your weapons are... Catch on quick, kid. So all thanks to my connections that Sigma Workshops allowed a young chickling like yourself to wield one of their quality weapons. Seems that our office web rarely tires of self-aggrandizing behavior, though well, cannot deny the veracity of that claim. Anywho, they really saved my bacon more than a few times in the smoke war. The smoke war? It's the same with any war, I'm sure. But for boots on the ground food sources, survival was the only thing that mattered. The most surefire way to guarantee survival would have been to stay as far away as I could from the war, but that wasn't an option for nest-born fixers like myself. Some battlefields were so dire that even association fixers had to struggle to fight after fight with broken, malfunctioning weapons and worn-down outfits. Well, I can't wait for a repeat of this. But because I was sponsored by Sigma Workshop, every time my sword needed maintenance, they provided it free of charge and even threw in a series of upgrades. Back then too. I was part of a detachment, perhaps a rather too grand a name for what really was a hastily assembled group of fixers within the remotest preparation against the damage of fire and heat in the war. Did we actually get to see? Come on, show me Smoke War. We're a bunch of Vectech soldiers at best. But I won't deny that there was an air of unwarranted confidence among us, given that all we needed to do was burn up a pair of wings. But that day, on that hill... We ain't falling back here! Push the line forward! The station schon cleared. Recoup and when the roof of the section director and... Calling all recruited office fixers. We can do this together! Our right flam wall needs reinforcements. Monstrosity of evasive abilities sporting on precognition on the offensive capabilities. With a single hit, could all but guarantee instant death. Precognition, you say? It was one of the decisive weapons of G-Corp, and the association was elected specifically to handle it. Man, the irony, huh? I was probably stronger than each individual Leo fixer, but... One set of wings reduced to ashes. Just one more push and... Don't let your guard down, team. Stay alert. Looks like we might actually have a chance. There's really no point in measuring individual merit when it comes to Leo fixers. The moment an all-out battle began, they came together with combined fluidity, not unlike that of a single organism, attacking, charging to the enemy forces under the section's director's command. It wasn't long before their flames dominated the entire battlefield. For a moment, the situation seemed so favorable that I began to hope we might defeat the Soul without needing reinforcements. And with how things looked, this enemy was definitely on its back foot. We'd be able to seize victory with just a little more effort. Enemy's altitude's down, but velocity remains constant. Its erratic movements haven't slowed at all either, Director. Goddamn bug. Its airborne vertical maneuverability won't be diminished much, even if we somehow manage to burn all its wings. I see. The point of this operation was to prevent high-speed airborne escape. But whatever possible scenario we could come up with based on common sense did not apply to the decisive weapon of a wing. The Lord of Flies. This is the famous Flame of Leo. Slower than I imagined. The raging, seemingly impenetrable wall of fire flickered as it danced, inadvertently revealing the most minuscule of openings, and the monster's eye caught sight of two Leo fixers, and in the blink of an eye, they were gone. Before most of the fixers could even comprehend what had happened, I went desperately to block the beginnings of a growing rupture in the formation. Hey, it's right above you. Swing up! Eh? You swung, but with a curious delay. Was he your favorite? You fuck! Director, don't let that monster get to you. Calm yourself and Once the crack begins to split open, it only grows into a rift. Without moving as one in organic fluid motion, the flames will scatter into mere cinders, no longer merged as a flame in Tvecken. The monster turned the tide, taking cover behind the fire and heat haze that obscured not only its vision, but others too. Fixers of medical abilities scattered across the battlefield, served only as hostages or meat shields for the monstrosity. I mean, I guess, you know, actually taking down a lot of flies is a big feat for the war itself, right? We could even complete our initial goal of burning its wings. G-Corp bastards. Just what the hell have you created? Director! A lot of flies descended up into the dragon's head and crushed it to a pulp. Our forces were minutes away from complete annihilation. I had to do something, so I went up to the front of the line and rallied the troops. Regroup here, to me! You know who I am? We had a quick meet and greet, remember? All of you are now under my command. Focus entirely on providing me support, and I swear I burned that fucking vermin's remaining wings to ass. One cannot just swear in war. You're not our section director. We work with him best. I doubt you can fill his boots. Okay, what else are you just supposed to scatter and flee? Maybe. But you, me, we're not exactly flush with options, are we? No, guess not. Fine, we'll march with you. Lead us. The world was on fire, and we were trapped in a flaming cage. The sky above was nothing but pitch black darkness, smoke from fires, and smoke that smelled of humans mingled, creating a horrible crimson eye of a noxious storm I could hardly describe in any fitting words. But I was the leader on the hill now, and so I imitated the dragon's head to the best of my abilities. I may not have been the guy to fill the section director's boots, I was only flying by the seat of my pants. But by having a small army of fixers following my flow and releasing bursts of flame at just the right moments, my firepower grew twice as powerful. I alone placed in the glow of the falling sun amidst the burning field of the infestation zone. With the Leo fixers behind me, I felt like I could measure up pretty well against even the legendary Vermilion Cross himself. Let's go. My favorite color fixer mentioned. But I guess in like 10 years we actually get a Vermilion Cross ID too, won't we? But the bodies kept piling and piling. Past a certain level, simple numerics like how many augmentations you have or what grade your gear is don't decide the outcome. This is where the other, usually neglected factors come into play. Their training routine, the kinds of effort they put into them. The matchup between fighters, the battlefield, and the circumstances that might or might not give you an edge. We lasted pretty long for a sunset, didn't we? We kept on fighting, even in this pitch black night. Until dawn, man. That's why they're called the Dawn Office. Eventually, I was the one standing against the monstrosity of a foe. A lot of flies did not appear even remotely winded, as though he were drawing from an infinite pool of energy. The situation seemed rather hopeless, but I was young at the time. I still had that youthful streak of rebelliousness burning somewhere within me then. Because I wasn't ready to sit down and let death take me. So I gathered whatever strength I had left in me, all the muscle memory, all the training I've done, up to the moment, and held it all in my hand. Hey, Flybot. I don't know if you've been keeping track of the time, but the sun will be peeking over the horizon soon. Just look at how the faintest blue is starting to encroach into the black night. Heralding the quack of dawn. I mean, other than being cool over moment, it doesn't make a difference though. The heated plate, it was a beautiful pattern as it gaze through the space before me under the distant sky. But the reach of my plate is too short to strike the monster. It waits to the side with ease and regurgitates a stream of corrosive fluid. And it lands right on my sword arm, melting it, eating through flesh and bone. Oh, is this how he lost his arm? You know what they say, that's the darkest before the dawn. It's pretty bright out here now, isn't it? I could feel its fluid spreading, eating away at my torso, from shoulder to hip. But at the same time, so does the space my purest resolve and sword has went through, its sundered fabric melting away as though by flame. And the fly's wings that were touching the very tip of my blade's arc fall apart, its sliced segments melting away. Now that I didn't see coming. But what will you do now? Seems you're now out of options. I didn't quite imagine it happening like this, but at least you made it in time for the sunrise. Say hello to my enforcement and your death. Eh? Weakling. So the battle was fierce. All we managed to do at the end of the day was cut off its means of escape. And the reinforcements command decided to send us but a single combatant. A single combatant to face this insurmountable foe who was still armed with unpredictable movements, a seemingly bottomless well of stamina. I'd be lying if I said the realization didn't hit me with a wave of disappointment and profound sense of futility. Hey. Oh, is it Rodion herself? Or Valencina? Don't you know who I am? But nobody who has fought even a single skirmish in this battlefront wouldn't recognize the woman who just marched up to the battlefield with a cigar smoke billowing in the wind. Okay, yeah. She's the same person who has survived the brutal gauntlet of duel after duel that mercilessly cut down a number of promising features. Is it what I mean, yeah, it's probably in a different mirror world. But I did not think that there would be Valencina lore in here. That of a Grade 1 fixer, who was a popular candidate for the title of Color Fixer, the rising white hand of Sotocapo, and others whose prospects were just as golden, and emerged victorious one battle after another. Another monster of another nature. Of course I do. I've seen the way you fight. After leaving everything in her hands, I returned to our encampment in the backlines and had my injuries treated. And surrounded by the roaring cheer of spectators, I got to watch a recording of her battle against a lot of flies, the footage slowed down by several dozen times. The only way the video could have captured the way the two combatants met and zoomed around each other. I guess that's how she became a war hero with killing the lot of flies, right? In that footage, it seemed as though the reinforcement managed to behead a lot of flies, killing it instantly before it even realized it was dying. As it turns out, if you killed a lot of flies before it even registers its own death, you wouldn't have the chance to spawn the Maggot Prince. It was a shame that so much of the work we did to prepare the counter the Maggot Prince went to waste, but thanks to the Stigma Workshop symbol seared on the back of the Lord of Flies, with the witness reports from Leo Fixers who managed to survive the massacre, recognized me as a major contributor to the success of that operation. Becker? Herr Quacker? Sorry. I'll have gotten lost while I was listening. Anyways, apparently burning the monster's wings ended up being one hell of a promotion for Stigma Workshop. You fellas better learn to appreciate me, because I'm the only reason they're still offering weapons sponsorship to our office, even my semi-retirement. Not to mention how the connections I made then got us the position of the Leo Association affiliate office. Oh, you really are amazing, Master. Amazing? Come on, I'm just a washed up fixer with a broken body that never fully healed. Man, I love my washed up fixers. Damage caused by a lot of flies, extremely corrosive fluid, would have been difficult to recover from, even with a K-Corp ampule of a fairly high purity. It's likely that his nerves failed to fully regenerate. Yeah, guess so. Still, it's all thanks to that one ampule I got for outstanding valor. But I'm still alive and kicking after all this time. Remember, those ampules were even rarer back in my day. Well, kinda weird that a lady with Slater-sized weapon isn't in the news at all nowadays, though. Yeah, weird. Haven't heard much about her myself in a long while. Sure didn't seem the type to get herself killed unceremoniously too. But she's probably enjoying herself in the comfy seat, lording over peons like us. Anyways, how's that for harping on about old times? Had enough yet? No, give me more lore. I throw a light-hearted chap as I pick up a piece of paper that's been on my desk for a while today, related to our next contract. Is that the object that has the fixer industry a buzz lately? You got that right. This is what our next contract will be about. He said my zwei Adam's death is connected to this contract too. I know. I'm sorry for your loss, Master. I can't imagine what you're going through. I heard some scathed, kid. I was not fond of that fella, man. The question is, have you heard anything about this object, Sinclair? Something they call the library's invitation. I mean, okay, I will say it was at least really neat to hear more about his Smoke War backstory. A bit sad that I guess his warlock got stolen by the Thump. Actually, talking about the Thump, I probably do not gonna be two those. Actually, it would be this. But I should probably get a Thump by these and run them together. It would make sense. I actually do not have enough, man. Okay. 147. I mean, I have so many boxes, so it will not be a problem. I'm heaved with an evil. Oh no. Didn't Voland kill them? I mean, in a sense, yes. Just give me like an AC. We don't need more for the up-high enemies. Bye-bye, so yes, though that's the right man I want. Hey, give me this.
평생 꿈도 못 꿔봤을 굉장한 검술도 가르쳐 주셨지.
Does this imply that Volan calls Quacker Quams? Maybe there is like one mirror world out there.
이렇게 살아야 하는 거냐?
And they almost did not have enough space for this. But I'm sure you can kill her. I believe in you, Heathcliff. I guess we can just go for like 7D and Gamba. It is you. I guess you will be tortured once you have to run with your nurse father.
이제야 좀 이 개 같은 추위에서 벗어나나 싶더니 고작 그 애새끼 하나 때문에 티켓이 백지 쪼가리가 됐다고?
But look at her being all sexy while being drunk. I'm faking everything. Ja, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna skip like those and then meet them later at some point. Just to do it. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna finish a new dungeon, but I at least want to try out the new ideas. We gave her back shots. Let's go. Up. He does look so happy in this. With Mr. Quagga. And then we do need you. Man, she's not part of the family anymore. Whip to you. Whip. Not sexually. I know, it's still good for you.
지금 네가 뭘 잊었는지, 뭘 희생하고 온 건지 알아? 처음 검을 쥔 날부터 네 놈을 데리고 돌아온 그...
No, that might. Game, please. Thank you. It had to think very hard if it gives me actually some lunacy or not. Okay. I mean, we want to for sure one Sinclair with this team still. Who else do we want? I mean, it probably would make sense to also run. I don't know, fully uptime you yet. Probably Vyosho with the team still. I mean, Magic Ball still has some songs. I'm not gonna actually use her well, but there's still a lot of pride in the team, which is good. Why? Quite a lot update. Okay, game. I am where I'm owning these IDs now because I fucking have them equipped. So yeah, it would be like probably those three, those. I get. Those three. This. Sure. Yes, give me all my things. Let's do this, man. They could have given him like the bonus of keeping the extra Starlight. Oop. But I guess let's take everything of normal. Then it's Burn Baby. I mean, yeah, honestly the nice part is this is just straight up burn my team out of the get-go. I think we don't need anything extra. But yeah, let's at least see some of the animations and stuff. I do like going to X of Mana. It's not that even relevant if I just doing a floor 5 one though. Give me Dust to Dust. But yeah, I really would have still preferred an actual boss fight. Honestly, even just a Bokak against like Fairy would have been kinda neat in a sense. Instead of just an encapsulament. Okay, we're beating you up. I can just click this, I'm smart. Who do we want at the first? I guess doesn't matter too much. Right, Sinclair, you got old upscale. I guess it doesn't matter, but there you go. But Dawn is at least very happy. Yeah, I mean, I didn't also see the fun by these yet. Maybe they're good animations. She's at least very happy.
제줄 심장을 노려.
낙인을 새겨드리죠.
And actually, is this passive? No, it doesn't. No, it does probably require some Sin affinities to trigger. Sad. I want my 3 follow-up attacks, man. Not that it matters. Man is gonna get shredded anyways. You know, it's kinda awkward that Burn team is really just the Burn Tremor team at this point with basically all the recent IDs
괜찮으니
just being Burn Tremor.
식지 않도록 더 뜨겁게 타올라라.
But it works.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나.
Might even be one of the better teams for next Kando then. I assume that next Kando will be probably, since we're going to Encore, be maybe Tremor Bleed focused. Before this Walpurgis, I would have said that Tremor could for sure use some more stuff, but I guess Tremor also got a lot of stuff this Walpurgis. To be fair, the styles that really would need something new to carry would probably be Charge team at this point. I feel like Project Moon doesn't know what to do with Charge.
입장을 보지.
I mean, it is just a builder spender. But we don't have any cool gimmick with it yet, and
여명의 빛과 같이.
it has been a bit till we got like the Charge focused ID, I would say.
심장을 노려.
설령 노간이라 추락하더라도
Okay.
나비가 날개짓하니 끌려고 잘 이용 공략하셨을
뜨겁게
At least Tremor is getting to eat good.
더하면
Actually, I did not really look at the species. I guess it would also matter more in a Tremor team, but it will be interesting to see how fast this Faust actually do be. Because in theory, this is hopefully a better ID to use Everlasting on than Big Fat Faust, and so you don't have to run Haishu Faust. Nope. Okay, I'm not gonna fight you, I'm too lazy. Fight actually has mechanics, which is incredible. Oop.
이번 전투가 끝나면
Imagine not just pressing win rate while you play this video game.
이 궤적을 모두 떠올리시게.
In a sense, they got better with endgame with doing the Reflect Vice. I feel like the Reflect Vice
많이 지쳐.
제가 부탁
are good, but they might kinda also shitting new ideas a bit too much. To the regard that it feels like you don't need to think about team building at all as long as you have the new stuff. But I guess that's also what gacha games are about.
이 궤적을 보고
You know, just pull for the new shiny thing.
나를 비추는 주홍빛.
Look at him go.
거세게.
What? Is Nito? I wonder how high you can actually buff Sinclair at this point. I guess the biggest buff would also only happen once the others are dead. Then he will be like perma. I do like this, so it's like the only reason why I ever choose this. But yes, once he gets perma into his ego state, a very volatile ego state, would be kinda funny. Oh, more skill trees. Actually, man, they are gonna be so nice for Mimo dungeoning, right? Since more skill trees mean more follow-up attacks, and guess what? We kinda want to... I guess I don't really want to freeze yet. We want to just replace the skills with skill freeze anyways. So they will be eating good for Mimo dungeon for sure.
칼날 사출 나쁘진 않았습니다.
심장을 노려.
Right. At least you get to bully enemies. I have also high hope for basically for endgame that the auto battler mode thingy will be interesting to play. I guess it must. Hopefully it's just balanced in a way that is hard, but it's not like punishing if you lose it. Like, I feel like part of the problem why Mimo Dungeon needs to be so easy and painless is that if you don't clear it, you're kinda wasting your time and people will be upset, and it's also the main way to even farm in the first place. So it must be kinda accessible.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
Right, got stabbed, man.
나비가
But yeah, I don't think you're really even gonna see the empowered skill trees too much. In a sense, that Faust and Vega work very similar.
야간에 많이 지쳤군. 이렇게들 허약했어야.
칼날 사출.
And man, that second butler will not wake up in the morning.
나갈 수 없어.
여명의 빛과 같이.
And they will just be thrown into the fire grind, I guess.
망설이면 나갈 수 없어. 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
새벽녘.
I do really like the Dawn Split animation.
이렇게들 허약해서야.
And we're getting the buffs. Yippee! I think with current IDs you also get a lot more IDs that just flat out basically state another ID they would want to run within a team.
사냥 끝. 모조리 해체해줄게.
나쁘진 않았습니다. 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
But yes, I know. Neo Dungeon itself is maybe not the best gauge to test how truly powerful an ID is on its own. I don't care about you getting more HP. But would say pretty neat. It's sad it's just a tier 1, but so much more useful for us. Oh, do we get just chicken as chicken? Yippee! Hey, and we get a fire. And to be fair, I mean, getting the fire and rupture chicken piece are good, but also yeah, you gives the banger, and okay, we're getting chicken as chicken anyways. Whoop. I guess it would also be more interesting to see outside of Mirror Dungeon how much they're actually struggling with burn count. I can't see how burn count would ever be a problem in Mirror Dungeon. Also not sure if this is how slow rolled, but man, 6 while others have 8 speed as a mage.
사냥 끝. 모조리 해체해줄게.
나비가 날개짓 하듯.
이렇게들 허약해서야.
설령 노가다를 추락하더라도
자신 있으면 받아봐.
이 놀이 식자.
심장.
I also wonder what else you would get this season of IDs. I mean, probably. I assume in 2 weeks we get a Mirror, not Mirror Dungeon, but Wave one, right? It will be the 23rd.
나갈 수 없어.
I guess we probably would get some random ego for that. Did we actually get an uptime for the last 4 flame? I do need to get those, but it's also... It's not priority. I guess I will just get it at the end of the season. Do I... Let's just go to that event. Even if I don't believe. It... Just nice to have. I was kinda scared that with the announcement of uptime 5s, or fast spins 5s, they would kinda unleash the floodgates immediately and will be kinda very hard since I'm slightly in the process of still catching up. I mean, I uptied everything basically now. Basically, at the end of the season, I should own everything on red spin or and uptie 4 and be good. Have the perfect Limbus account access. I guess I still need levels. But yeah, Limbus is in the awkward spot where maybe you don't even want to level all IDs. It's just still bad game design for sure. But hey, it is what it is. But also, we are kind of so close to next Kanto again where I feel like maybe it's best to wait with farming XP till we get into EXP stages. I mean, I have enough XP tickets already to like level up all the new IDs that I'm still missing to levels. Max level easily. It's more leveling up all the other old stuff. But when do I even run the old stuff is also another thing. Okay. Yep, this was worthless. You know what? Fuck it. Let's fight. I don't think I'm gonna finish this mirror dungeon. Maybe beat it up like till floor 3 and then I move on to Arknights. So we have like, what? We had like 90 minutes of Limbus and then like 3 hours of Arknights before I have to go. That sounds pretty good.
그 어떤 두려움도 저를 도망치게 할 수 없을 거예요. 전탄격발.
한눈 더하면 심장을 노려.
Man.
너무 뻔하잖아.
You know, having figure recognition pretty neat, huh? Okay. I mean, I do like the aesthetics of this fight. Honestly, it's a bit cursed to say, but I also feel like... I just go a little thinking, you know... Thinking takes time. Even if this takes longer, I don't need less brain power if I just press win rate. I wanted to say, like, at least for us, I feel like this would be probably the ego that most does need a fat spin 5. Just to maybe it is power creep, maybe it's not, but imagine if it just resonates with like any sin basically or something like that to make just absolute chains like that or something. So it, you know, it kinda keeps up the theme of being, you know, very resonance reliant, but you know, so you can actually use it in any, no matter what. I mean, this just means maybe more Starlight, hopefully. They do not have anyone that actually gains voice by themselves. Guess I rather would have seen one of the Dawn Bosos for this, but it is what it is. This is a burn. We don't need you for sure. I guess it's not relevant for us. We're not going to get a repaired one. That is where the game just hates me. I guess next floor will get the actual good thing. I really feel like the box are just in a pool too fucking diluted.
별이겠어.
It's time to fry chicken, that is for sure.
행복하기 여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
Look at the man go. What are like Masora's best canvas IDs at this point? I mean, Ump has to be like one of them for sure, right? So yeah, I feel like you probably I mean, I guess in an ideal team you would still run House of Spiders for Yosho and just, I guess, in theory eat up all the other sinners and then Heathcliff too. Then she does like very much fit well into this team too, right? I mean, I do like House of Spiders for Yosho, but in a sense, I feel like I'm not a fan of the gimmick of killing others. It makes team building a bit awkward, and she is so good that it is kind of almost always worth it, but yeah. Just give me Starlight so I can keep being reckless with my Starlight. Okay, let's just take this for more fusioning. Oop. Is there anything I specifically even want with this team? Not really. And just see if there's any ego gift I really want. I mean, Oop. I mean, you know, you never say no to a 3 tier 4 ego gift. And a broken compass. That is very relevant. But this is like peak illusion of choice of going up or down. Somehow this is going to be the wrong decision. I would never be late with my assignments. Thank you, Mr. Snake.
입장해보지.
Boop.
설령 노간이라 추락하더라도 괜찮니?
완벽한
쉽지 않도록
나비가 날개짓하듯
뜨겁게
나쁘지
How-
않았습니다.
How does like Yuna's weapon actually work? I mean, it's a cool design, but also just thinking about it, like, how is this the practical weapon to just carry around a coffin like this? And how do you even control where the plates go? I guess it's the root of cool.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을
And burning up everything.
자신 있으면 받아봐.
Also, now that we have basically Scorchfield,
나를 비추는
I hope
꺼지지 않도록
there's some ideas that actually also get to interact with it. I feel like it's a sad part that the Project Moon comes up with a new gimmick and like all the old ideas not the same status just feel outdated afterwards because I mean so far I guess they have been not putting it on literally everything. I think it is just Sinclair that actually interacts with it, just status buff for it.
자신 있으면 받아봐.
But I wonder how much the other burn IDs will get. To be fair,
나아갈 수 없어.
for Bleed it kinda did hold back in this Blood Fiend exclusive effect. But also, yeah, extra normal field effects is nice. Anything where they can at least kinda extend the design space a little bit is good for the game, I would say. I mean, we do have kinda armor skills, actually. Yeah, I even forgot what curses was. But We're taking more damage. And we're clashing worse.
그럼
I don't think it matters, man.
입장.
Also, I have so many people seem like upset just because of the new Quagga that he has synergy with Dark Knight's
자신 있으면
ego. Which
받아봐.
I guess is gonna be a thing that keeps popping up. Especially since Quagga's ego specifically is one of the more unique ones. I do like it. I guess it does feel... Honestly, the easiest way for Project Moon to just remedy the problem is people were not able to get it is release basically just a reskin of that ego with an extra abnormality from, you know, Limbus. If people are upset, you could even give like that reskin for free to everyone that has Dark Knight's ego or something.
새겨드리죠.
Okay, they could also just do a side quest to it, which I guess would be a bit more interesting, but that, you know, at the moment you make side quests, you always have then moments where something is still better than that, and then
녹아내려
people not liking that.
이 궤적을
I do wonder if we ever get a collab again. Like, collabs in gacha games are fun. I mean, as long as you actually also like the property they're collabing with, I would say.
당신과 한
But yeah, like, Full Metal Banners are just cursed. And Olympus does not have, like, kind of development power to do side content in the sense, like, or whatever you want to call it, since they're kinda always struggling with keeping up with the production of their main story.
이렇게들 허약해서야.
Would be a very good solution to the exclusivity problem. Yeah.
칼날 사출.
It is what it is. Like, the thing is, since where egos, I feel like it's gonna keep coming up so much in the future still, whenever one of those is just synergizing with a new ID. Granted, is there anything in the game where you really need it? No.
이렇게들 허약.
But also, I guess it's gonna also be bad for the people that
거세게
really care about low turn counting content, which I guess there's a community for in this game, and then you would be reliant on any of the old collab egos or something like that. I mean, more skill freeze for you is always beautiful. Up. Then give me a glimpse of flames. Thank you, thank you. I mean, it's not like we were ever... I guess I could also start going for maybe some Tremor Ego gifts. We are a Tremor team. Ooh. But we also have signed an NDA to never talk. I mean, like, I have Magic Bullet. Magic Bullet can... And there goes my money, actually. Never mind me. We're not gonna get any Tremor stuff. I should also... it's not anything I really mean. It's anything I guess I can get it next shop. Oop. Would always make sense to just upgrade lamps at least.
반드시
He does look so happy in this art.
설령 녹아내려 추락하더라도
칼날 사출.
괜찮네. 이 녹이 식지 않도록
나비가 날개짓하듯
뜨겁게
나쁘진 않았습니다.
타올라라.
Man. Honestly, power creep from the start of the season to now is also amazing. I can't wait to see what we get next season, man. I feel like at this point it is very standard that every ID kinda is either like some skills with more attack rate or just follow-up attacks, right?
그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
Look at him go. I'm still kinda glad about the Philip Clay upscale. Even for it to happen like this. I love my man. also kind of nostalgia. I guess
잘 이용하지
like
못하셨-
that was my first Walpurgis when I actually started playing the game. Getting him was, I mean, he was still good back in the day, but he was not like totally overpowered bullshit.
전격발.
To be fair, I feel like they kinda did change the philosophy of how they're designing IDs for sure over time.
심장을 노려.
And then they are more balls to the walls.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
Also, I mean, the new IDs are so good that probably there would be no reason. But it would be cursed if there's like some matter of also killing off the new Faust and Quack or keep them at level 1 basically. I guess Duva and Yisang did not look. If they would be Pierce weak, it would actually, I guess you could just basically shoot them right and then be like, look at my fully powered up Sinclair. But you know what, I do prefer my teams where I just run everyone alive, to be honest.
나아갈 수 없어.
사냥 끝. 모조리 해체해줄 시.
But I think getting powered up by ally devs is for sure a gimmick they're also leaning a lot more into this season. More Starlight. That's the only thing that matters in life. I mean, sure. Oop. Honestly, just getting a Walpurgis pack to speed it up would be neat. I mean, check up is gonna take so long though. I'm lazy. Maybe we should have gone for check up. Wait. Would have just been nice to just see anything that is just one boss fight, basically. Even if you don't go for a floor 15 one, the only thing to optimize for a Mio dungeon, kind of how it's balanced, is really just how do you save time, right? Usually did not really look too much. I guess the new IDs are probably just slash right.
잘했습니다. 보충하죠.
So how bad fallen fell bullets saying steam kill mechanics are. He's saying, I mean, yeah.
사냥 끝. 모조리 해체해줄게.
I mean, I think at this point, just running Vyosho is faster speed running. But
역시
I know that for Mio Dungeon was better just run by bullet design and killing everything with his ego, right?
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나.
Or that I ever really done
멈추고
that.
싶지 않아.
전에 많이 지쳤군.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
My man actually lost the clash. Shame over you.
나비가 날개짓 하듯 나쁘진 않았습니다. 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
한눈 털어. 다음.
But yeah, you know what? Chicken will get fried once more. Was this turn 1? I'm not paying too much attention to the gameplay, I will be honest. Boop, boop. Maybe at some point. But okay, I'm not gonna fight you. It might be neat to actually try it out outside. how good those actually new IDs are, but
의뢰여야 했을 거다.
yeah.
부탁이었다면
I do
발톱잡을 보고
remember that when was it last Walpurgis? I think it was, yes, it was last Walpurgis. People are a bit sad that Hornet Maso was kind of side created to his Thumb ID.
추락하더라도
To be fair,
이 궤적을 보고 떠올려.
I mean we do like the Tremor, otherwise I would say
나쁘진 않았으니 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을
Hornet wouldn't be too bad for this either. But yeah, I cannot
해체해줄게.
think that
전에
Fire Fist Office Quagger would be better to run in a burn team if we have like all the other Dawn IDs or something like that. Guess I did not really look at the numbers yet. Maybe they have like cursed burn count numbers outside. But also Philip Clare always had like good burn count. Maybe he can carry.
거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
I mean he's carrying for sure right now.
이렇게들 허약해서야.
이 궤적을 보고 떠올리시게.
나쁘진 않았습니다. 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
Chicken got eaten.
전에 많이 지쳤군.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
I feel like my magic bullet never even gets to take a turn ever. Or this is just standing there smoking for like half of the mirror dungeon. Boop, boop. Let's get into this.
그럼
Yeah,
입장해 보지.
I still kind of hope for Mirror Dungeon itself. Maybe, I guess it depends how much they actually reworking it for next season, in a sense.
걷어볼 테니까.
They don't need to reinvent the wheel, but I still would maybe want more reason to do actually the higher difficulty runs. And getting, like, more rewards, in a sense, for that. Or, you know, if I do with, like, a floor 15 one, make it count as 3 floor 5 runs or something at least. So there is more reason to go for the slightly harder stuff. Because, man,
과 한없이 닮은
Mirror Dungeon is fun when there is new stuff, when you get to actually see the choices and events for the first time. But man, when waiting through it is content of all time.
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이
They will not know what hit them.
거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
새벽녘
That is
나를
fucking.
비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록
It's all skill feast, baby.
휘몰아쳐라.
Man, it must be. Imagine just knowing the legends of the Smoke War, and then you see both like Dawn Office and then bump wall up and be like, it's time to exterminate all vermin.
목이 떨어질 수밖에. 받아볼 텐가.
Oh, beautiful.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게.
Guess I'm also not paying too much attention. How is the sanity actually doing right now already? Like, if Quagger dies, I feel like his sanity doesn't matter at all. Actually, okay, after this turn we take a look at how the actual passive looks like. I wonder what the thresholds are. How much sanity he can even lose at that point anymore. Since I think he gets a buff from Quagger that just gets buffed when Quagger dies to basically never get out of the volatile eco state.
나쁘진 않았습니다.
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
I do love if he follow-up attacks.
전부 펼쳐낸 나비처럼.
I guess he did kinda remember decently. Was it on? I guess it was turn 3 and she did her Empowered Skill V2. I think it was Empowered Skill V2 at least. I might be stupid. Oop. I mean, Nebulizers are still always good. Everything can be a poise team in my Mirror Dungeon. But more skill V's for Dawn Office, baby. Don't even care about economy at this point. Mostly Twemmer me. Anything else relevant? I spent all my money again. Ish. Let's just. You know what would be also nice? This is 300 I need. Don't know costs anymore. To have like a. Or maybe it's good to not have a, like a. I think bulk selling would be good even if you couldn't misclick, I guess. Oop. Actually, do I have the burn? No, I do not. I do not have any for the burn fusion gifts. Would I? Ah, it's not like it matters. Like this is just plain. Let's look at the new IDs and bully a frog.
스승님을 행복하게 할 수
Yeah,
있다면 이
wanted to
끝에서
see.
날 신경 쓰는 것보다 자네 생각하는 게
그
좋을 걸.
어떤 두려움도
제일
They do
중요한
love
건
yapping.
지게 할수 없을 거예요.
What? So basically, once Quagga is dead, Sinclair at least will not put himself below 45 sanity, huh? I more thought that it would be at like capped at like 0 or something, but hell yeah, baby. Right? This is just Sinclair upscale Walpurgis.
나비가 날개진 다리는
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
I mean, that does kind of fix like his biggest weakness. I mean, I guess his other weakness was that, you know, his skills were even like on release not the most high clashing ones, at least especially his skill 1 kinda clashes slow. But hey, I think there's even clash power stuff in the bus. Turns out getting buffed by your friends is just good. We probably should have just gone for an eye. There goes one eye.
심장, 심장을 노려.
I think this frog will now have more than one reason to cry. It just feels almost so sad to see it actually if its eyes popped. This is like one of the abnormalities that does not deserve to get beaten up. What did it ever do? It's just a depressed frog that needs somebody to listen. And here we go, beat it up.
거세게 휘몰아치라.
Yay, we will deal more damage. Okay. And we will get more costs. Okay, yeah, you know what? Surely we will need this for the last floor. I mean, that's the new Eagle gift. Burn slot activates when there are 3 or more Dawn Office identities. I want to apply 2 Dawn Herald on all allies. Combat start, Dawn Office fixes and clear heals 10 SP. Already neat. And as an enemy entered the volatile ego, state we had the passive effect at 25. Okay, so this is just more Sinclair. What of us had using base skills, inflict burn and tremor. Professors are considered identities that inflict burn and tremor. Ah, so you also turned us Sinclair into a burn tremor unit. That is good for floor 15 ones, I guess. One of his forces on the field apply one battle instinct to set identity. And then she is faster to basically... Okay, that is just eating so good for Dawn Office. Not that it matters, we're basically... I mean, I guess it's a good EU gift if you actually commit to farming with this or something to just gift search then. This is like the profit, right? I will not get chibated. I'm just going here. It's not like the profit is even hard or anything, it's just...
사냥감인가 몸이
Eh.
오르는군. 선배, 스승님의 행복.
Also, I guess I am now at this point just committed to fully finishing this dungeon, right? Well, fully, I mean to floor 5.
소리 해체해줄게. 심장을 노려.
There we go.
받아볼 텐가. 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
But yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about actually Eagle Gifts that turn IDs, so basically give them more keywords for me in a dungeon.
전탄격발.
I guess you can even gift search around, but otherwise it feels a bit awkward to... To be fair, Burn Tremor has good enough IDs that it doesn't matter if he is considered Burn Tremor or not to like activate
보충하죠.
both fusion gifts already, so it's just an added bonus if he actually gets the benefits of both or not. But I guess I'm not a fan if you like relying on just as a U gift to actually start using the fusion gift or not.
심장을 노려.
노을빛으로. 받아볼
My
텐가.
time
나를
to
비추는
get
주홍빛이
scorched.
꺼지지 않도록 거세게 나르지 말고. 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록.
And again, baby. Yeah, he does also get a lot of coin reuse.
나머지는 제가.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게.
Skill freeze will keep going till morale improves.
나비가 날개짓하듯. 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
Nice. Okay, I also must. I do like magic bullet cleansing, but I think just for a normal Neo dungeon one where I don't care about mechanics, bringing the oceans is probably just better.
단피가 떨어질 때군요.
But yeah, I guess either till like off past or until this new dungeon is done, I switch to some Arcanites. I still need to.
뜨겁게.
My need is a strong word. I really want to get to more story.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
나머지는 제가.
한눈 팔았으면 되져야지.
나비가 날개짓하듯.
심장을 노려.
곁털에 전탄격발.
They are sweating.
역시 우리 사무소의
Honestly, we also will never get it because, you know, I guess Project Wu doesn't want us to be faster by mutation coming, but just some speed option for the animations, man.
사냥 끝. 모조리 해체해줄게.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
심장.
나를 비추는
이렇게들
주홍빛이 꺼지지
허약해서요.
않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
잘했습니다. 보충하자.
발전.
태양을 그렇게 서
잘
있으니
이용하지 못하셨을 실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
Right. You just started with 99 burn points. See, I'm sorry, man. You will have a very bad day.
심장을 노려.
실력을 잘 이용하지 못하셨을 뿐.
격발.
Let's go now. This is what I blame Hero Dungeon for. To get shot by my own IDs.
눈 크게 뜨고 잘 봐.
Keep going. We're almost to this. We're almost to the grind.
셔틀에 전탄격발
이렇게들 허약해서야.
선배를 스승님을
자신
행복하게
있으면
할 수 있다.
받아봐.
이 끝에서
나비가 날개짓
꿈을 나눌 수 있다.
나쁘진
그 어떤
않았습니다.
두려움도
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
하지 말고
Imagine just being a Pekatula and being like, burn is my thing, and then this team volts up. Fucking incinerates you.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라. 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게
I get it, you're sad, Sinclair.
이렇게들 허약해서야.
Hey, we actually get to experience the ego gift. Or the boss fight, I guess. I mean, this is... just get through this. We all... Actually, curious that it doesn't even describe what outcome to select for this one. Sometimes they... Not like it matters.
의뢰여야 했을 거다. 부탁이었다면 발톱짝을 뽑을 테니.
Oh, that is like skin profit, isn't it? I think it is, at least on the weaknesses. Yeah, my man. It's time to split at the dawn. Can we get anything fun? You know what? The menuing in the shop takes time. This will just end it.
불꽃을 벼리겠소.
Oh, that was Moth. Okay, I rather fight Moth than skin Offer, to be honest.
받아봐.
나비가 날개짓다.
기쁨을 따라 그 어떤 두려움도
역시 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
Jokes on you, I guess he wouldn't even mind if you put burn on us.
거세게
But that matters though.
휘몰아쳐라. 나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
나머지는
Will we actually see even mechanics? Probably not. Also, at least, to be fair, it is Mimo Dungeon, but potency-wise, team is doing very well. I mean, even count-wise.
사냥 끝. 모조리 해체해줄 심장을 노려.
You think he can go for its heart?
당신과 한없이 닮은
Oh. You survived longer than I expected. Looking at your health. Congratulations.
나를 비추는 주홍빛이 꺼지지 않도록 거세게
I do. At some point, I guess I would want to try out how actually the burn stacking does work out outside of Mimo Dungeon. But yeah, strong team. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
확실한 승리였어요.
But yeah, I guess this will be all for Olympus then. I do hope, I guess we save this as for next week. I do hope that next Walpurgis will be for sure with some stage again. How much lunacy do you want me actually to spend? Lunacy and Kefinin. It's at least some threats. So, V1000, so basically 150 modules, right? So did I do the math right? I think I did the math right. That's not too bad. All things considered. Or maybe I'm stupid. But yeah, at least he gets some cosmetics. But yeah, that was it for Olympus. So thanks for watching. We did at least get everything. Like, alright, everything we didn't get an announcer, but 69 baby. I'm sure we get Bina like one Walpurgis in like years, and then I will be like, yippee. So yep, bye bye YouTube stream. See you around.